Hey guys, Mimish, everything I say is not financial advice, my personal opinion. Let's take a look at the markets. Our crypto, which I still think is not available for me because both my brokers are taking their time to approve me for crypto trading. That was far from point 0.5, but good. Hmm. I'm just curious if I put an arrow, it's not gonna make it any better. Yeah, still don't know how to make my lower pen drawings visible on both sides. You see, it disappears when I move it to the left. If you know how to fix it, let me know. That was violent. That needed a test, and this needed a test, so didn't miss anything here. Same, but different. Huh. Like it's also as a test level that successfully went down. Um, but also far from 0.5. The reason I still highlight them is because it's important to keep in mind that wave is moving within the wave logic. It's always better. So if it like obeyed the test level, went down, if it wasn't 0.5, it's even better. It kind of gives you a signal that wave is geometrically and logically, like geometrically proportionate and logical to its movement. It's way better than the wave that jerks up and down and, you know, makes no sense and doesn't look nice. I think this can be neglected. But that's not logical. If this is a short bar, this is not a level. But if this is a long bar, then let's see how it looks in 5 minutes. Yeah, it looks like there was a little correction here. But if there was a correction, then this is a level. Either or. Let's see how it deals with the is this level. Trend up, up, up. Now it's counter trend, and then volume up thrust. And then volume up thrust. This makes no sense. Okay. So yeah. Hmm. Just like for funsies, I don't do those, but look how distinctively it's a merging triangle or narrowing triangle or whatever you call it. And it will pop. It will pop violently either up or down. I'd say it's gonna go up. But what do I know? And we're still like above all this volume. That's fun. Merrick. That's good for a quick 5 minute here. It didn't give us a test, did it? Oh, and by the way, yeah, it jerked like this. Give us some volume. And didn't give us a test. And like taking it without test here was a little hairy. Would have worked. Like 2 hours. But in the moment, and volume distribution, of course, to consider the end of the day, it's also a factor. That wasn't the end of the day though yet, was it? It was not. It was actually the beginning of the day. Then that's yeah, I think it was hardly identifiable without a test. No exhaustion volume. Yeah. Pfizer. Back to square one. So yeah. Boom, gaps over. Gaps over. Mm. Yeah, this level is like eaten up a little bit. And it looks, but tomorrow is gonna be the last day of the month. How fun. Fun. How fun. Nothing that suggests an exhaustion volume. Um, Not in the daily, like unvolumed. So, boom. See, that wouldn't have worked. Good job not taking this trade. Volume, long volume. This volume was better. Uh, but months wrong place on monthly. Actually, good job not taking this trade. And it's gonna break in a day because this looked like good. And then look, why did I not take this trade? This volume distribution. Yeah, that was long. So good job. And it's closing in a break in a day. Why did I not take this trade yesterday? Yeah. Volume spring actually test um, bigger volume in the reaction bar. That's a problem. Here it comes to 0.5. Volume distribution is not long. It looked like it bounced of 0.5. And then maybe this volume, but also not the biggest volume at all. And nada here, nothing. Yeah. It's within diapason. Let's do something here. It's interesting, and it's 0.5, but it's unvolumed. Yeah, yeah. It looks like it contracted the range, so it looks like it wants to break out. Needs to stop. Uh, it's an interesting place, but unvolumed. MPS. Pearl goes down. Well, why am I looking short here at all? Just because it broke the level? I don't think so. Oh, earnings. This thing gaps violently. Oh my God. I'm not trading gaps, so, but this is violent. That's like weird. What's going on here? It's a break. It goes higher with this unvolumed spring. And like, I can't do anything if there's unvolumed spring. Literally. I can only observe. Can stay calm. So I'm trying to say. Again, unvolumed spring. What can I do? It's unvolumed. Hmm. It's actually balanced. It's actually balanced. So if it comes here and up thrusts it, I don't even need a close manipulation signal actually. It's about to close in correction, and volume is bigger, and sign of strength, sign of weakness was a reaction bar, not break under ice. So, and it's above our point of rotation on monthly. So beware. Market is open, and it's there right now. I feel like Yeah, I feel like um, booms. And maybe this volume doesn't count anymore because we possibly maybe underneath it. I'm sorry. It's still in a sleepy mode. In the weak approach, there was some strength here, and then weak, and then weak, reverse volume distribution, and then it does this. Okay. Sorry. It's close to its rotation point. Still have a hair up for a continuation of the trend. So yeah. Too far from 0.5. So there's no point to look for day trade in June. The heck is this? Oh, you see it can close in the spring now. Can close in the spring. We need this day to close. However, if it closes in spring in a day, that's gonna be good in continuation of the trend. We'll see about that tomorrow. Today at the end of the day. It looks like this is gonna be it for now. This is too high. There's, I mean, there's nothing for me. Chill, Mishka. There's nothing for you. Continuation of the trend. She would just stop out and go my direction. That was possibly an entry. Is a little bit too much of a volume. No, wasn't critical. So that was an entry. And then this. Okay. Continuation of the trend, my friend. Slightly volume spring barely counts, so it's, yeah. It's gonna close in a break in a day, most likely. So that's why I'm looking at it in continuation of the trend. But beware, beware. Okay, the rest is day. Let's see our gainers losers. Microsoft. That's brutal. That's freaking brutal. It drops violently. And maybe this level is a product of my imagination. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter anymore. It went down. We're in 0.5 now. CRM is getting there. Definitely level to watch. And we're reaching. It's definitely level to watch. We're in 0.5, but so close to monthly level, would definitely expect. Wait for it to go there. And 0.5 is a zone. So it's like support level. You call it level, but really it's the zone. No, we actually call it support and resistance zones. So no foul play there. Wrong color. Colors are important because they keep you. It's like almost like Pavlov's dog kind of memory. Um, it's hardly a short impulse, short wave because of how, but it's a correction that makes sense. On correction, we expect something like this. Um, so it dropped. As always, breaks it up by hair and then just goes down. When the sun goes down. But we also have this. Dong. So breaks it by here and then boom, goes up. Meta. I've just learned that meta is not meta, it's meta. Weird concept. So I don't think this makes sense anymore. And by the way, uh, some may call it a balance. I wouldn't be so, whatever it is, the levels now are as follows. And that's not how the levels are broken. So yeah, I wouldn't call it a balance. On monthly, you can see there's a space here. It's good for, it doesn't need a close manipulation signal. Volume distribution doesn't look like it yet. And it's counter trend. Gotta be proceed with caution, is what I'm trying to say. Boom, earnings. So it's at the level, but I mean, and it's counter trend now, so it needs a close manipulation signal here. It's gonna be test level in the day, but let's wait for that to happen. It just needs to stop, but it's at a good level. Magnet is gonna break. All right. It's a green day. Oh, Russian markets especially. Look at this guy. What happened? This is done now. See? Thought it was a good level. Is the volume spring. I loved it. But it was in 0.5 as well, so. And now it's done. You see? 0.5. So now it's done. And that's gonna be too high for, yeah. Nice job. Did I do some money here? There was something, a little something. I see like correction, and then boom. Good job not taking this trade, is all I'm saying. What's going on here? It's gonna be one bar rule most likely. So it wouldn't stop like at all. I don't even know if there's any value in does it change the direction now here? It can be also this like big ass balance. Just like this. Yeah, it went up and down, yeah. I think it's durable like this. And then this just needs to stop. Green day for all the bulls out there. I'll stay in my perma bear cave watching you. I know you're gonna fail one day. And hopefully I'll still be there around the block by then. You know, the sperma bears who wouldn't survive their expectation of markets to fall. I think it's gonna be one bar rule, technically very good to trade it as it is. Also considering how far before 0.5. Are we or we are? I think either. But also, they went down. It legit went down, now up. So volumes are good. It just broke it too violently, too high. Mm, yeah, and this thing, look at it. This thing went down. This is gonna break in a day, so doing. Counter trend. Counter trend. The markets are green. Markets are green. This is no good. Technically, it's transitioning strong, but practically, look at this. And if you believe it's still a legitimate level, so I don't. Wait. We get the balance. We're getting some volume. Doesn't look like an exhaustion volume. Maybe it's the difference. I need to read the difference in between exhaustion volume and climatic event. Maybe climatic is more local. Shouldn't be saying that. I'm just guessing right now. I need to educate myself. Yeah, that needs to stop. Yeah, it's a green day. Both on American and Russian market. For all I care. Mm. You see how like instantly bored I am? A green day. No, I'm kidding. I'm just still sleeping. There is some volume here. And it's like a reverse volume distribution is the best, except for this little thingy here, which is in the very beginning. Not the very, but like in the middle. It's a good volume. And it's too high again. Like technically it's at the level, but practically I will not bet my money on it. Because it's like eventually it's betting is what we're doing. I'm aware that instead of I say a lot of time, or rather. So betting instead of betting. It's like takes me an effort to. I have to be mindful of that, is what I'm saying. Yeah, there's no exhaustion here, so no, no. Daily watch for sure. Magnet. This is gonna break into these. Technically, it's a balance, but it's counter trend balance, so I wouldn't bet my life on it. Wouldn't say, shouldn't say life, should say money. See, that's why we need a test on counter trends. Do I still like it? Yeah, it's in 0.5. It's in 0.5. Volume is up there. It's getting close in correction though. But even for correction, it's already in 0.5. And it's counter freaking trend. Yeah. Only something quick and short and sweet. This volume checks out the T1 volume. But it was checking out here as well. Biggest volume. And then upthrust is bigger volume. And then it doesn't go. So where were I? It changed direction. Now we are in this world. Yeah. No, it's say. Broke up. So that's the move now. That's the move now. Counter trend, who already went to 0.5, so we're stretched. We're far beyond rotation point, both on daily and hourly. This thing, however, it's like playing with fire. Big time. And that's type of volume we can get after hours when the contract switchover happens. So people rush to open their new contracts. apparently. Regardless, this was volume spring, so it was, yeah, it was locally all right for a quick short trade, quick long trade, but you know what I mean. No test, and then it goes up, up, and then reverses, and then all over the place. Now we got this big volume on corrections, so it doesn't make any sense. Okay. So that's, the heck is this? Dow Jones. Dow Jones. It's a Dow Jones. Dow Jones. I need to Google the right pronunciation. Um, it's no singing today. Did you guys like appreciate it? How content I am today. Focused. Something like this. I don't know. Yeah, what can you do when it does things like that? Just let it calm down, maybe? I think this abundance of assets right now, including futures for and crypto for 24-hour trading, will have to push me to become more selective. You know what I mean? Like more discriminative towards what I pay my attention to. Maybe even the phrase pay attention itself. Will get a new coloring because, yeah, I have only that much attention I can pay to the financial markets. Not time limit wise, but just like attention wise and getting just tired. There is only that many charts I can pay attention to per day. And maybe it's my time to become more mindful of that. I am. It kind of like it's in a free flow. I chart till I get tired, but maybe the art is to stop just before that. You know what I mean? Because I also have auditions to record and business to do, and I have life. And that was the idea, the whole idea of it's only good for day trade. Here comes the sun. This I have delayed. Don't ask me why, I don't know. Because it's ICUS. It's some different exchange, and I didn't find yet on um, trading view yet where it wants me to pay additionally to have this in real time. None of this looks good. Why? Yeah, wrong charting. The way you chart is the way you trade. Period. Out of the story. And it's not amounts. One, two. Boom. How beautiful. Up and down and up. Counter trend. It was counter trend. It was so needed a close manipulation signal, but changed direction. And then turn. It's a massacre. That's gonna close in a break. In a 1 bar rule rather, in a day. However, even with that, it's a balance, counter trend balance, LG1 2.5. It's very tempting here. It's very tempting. Maybe locally. Now I understand why. I was getting so many stops previously, trying to trade indiscriminatively in a continuous method on Bitcoin and other cryptos because I was trying to get to every and each of such a situation. Trend, counter trend, anything. I like how Ruben Hermoso Chavez speaks and how it's like the most difficult is to trade on the smaller time frames. So you really should, and I'm talking to myself, first nail the higher time frame trading, like investment in Warren Buffett trades. And then, and only then, you can be ready for, well, I feel like it's bigger by here. You can be ready for here comes the sun. So it's continuation of the trend, and we have space, and that's our oil went up as well. Is it the reason why Russian market went up? Because it's like what they call resource economy. They also call it, gosh, bro, they call it energy superpower. That's Russian excuse to do nothing but just like dig your natural resources and surrender it to the foreign countries for what I call necklaces and bubblegum covers. Inserts. You remember the bubblegum inserts like Turbo with cars or Love Face or something? They were like collectible when I was a kid. So I think when country gives out its natural resources for foreign currencies, it can be compared how indigenous people would give up fur and jewels and other precious resources for necklaces and bubblegum inserts you can add. Yeah, this is beyond turning point. So I think economy that fails to utilize its own natural resources, nation that fails to utilize its own natural resources and just surrenders it to foreign states is not an energy superpower. And I'm not picking up on Russia. There is other countries like that. It's just compared to what Soviet Union used to be in terms of like industries and everything. It's sad to say the very least. Sad story. Or at least nothing to be proud of. Pride is a bad feeling anyway, man. You know what I mean? It's not a superpower to surrender your resources because you don't know better. You can't figure out how to utilize all the treasure, natural treasure that Russia has, only because our ancestors fought for it and colonized and raped and murdered and protected, uh, just then to give it off to whoever wants it, uh, effectively. I think it's sad because most of the natural resources of Russia, if not all of it, comes from places that were never Russian till like the 18th century, maybe, till the colonization started. So maybe it's a curse, though. Maybe Russia would have been better off not having all this and just like facing the reality of figuring out their shit without all this treasure. Maybe that would lead to better labor culture, entrepreneurship, and all the rest, and less of a corruption and like violent people. Like if you watch the Flowers, Killers of Flower Moon, that's like anthology of Russia as well in 90s, and those people are still in government at large. Okay, that would be it. My geopolitical spiel is over. Dune. That coin does it. And it's a volume top thrust, by the way. So that was the very peak. That was the very peak. Wow. Green Day is over for QBTS or for the entire market? You guys tell me what's going on. You know, I'm just a caveman. None of this makes sense anymore. Up thrust, and then it broke the level and went down. Yeah. Laconic. Is it the word? Hey Siri. Hey Siri.
Mm-hmm.
Define laconic.
Laconic means of a person, speech, or style of writing, using very few words.
So it's a word in English too, but I was misusing. Because in Russian, lakonichno or laconic means makes sense, doesn't it? At least in my imagination. Hey Siri,
Uh-huh.
define laconichno.
As a noun, lament means
No,
passion.
miscommunicate. Never mind, thank you. Yeah, unvolumed spring is a sentence to this whole situation. And it shows. Okay, I'm gonna go start my day. Um, you guys trade responsibly on your own. Never listen to anyone. No one knows anything. Learn and grow in the communities of like-minded people, such as myself. Such as myself. Take care.